Think about how you have to go about getting someone to be a paid client. Applause feels good, but applause does not pay invoices or bills. The best speakers know how to turn every standing ovation into a stream of new clients and new bookings. If you don't know how to do this, stay tuned, my friend. Now, there are too many speakers that leave the stage and they feel the high, they feel the energy, right? And they go home broke. Now you get paid for that stage, I get that, but at some point that revenue, it disappears. And you may not realize this, but when you are off a stage, you are unemployed. Just ask me in 2020 when the pandemic hit. All of a sudden, $250,000 in speeches washed away. Now, I realized pretty quickly I got to be aware of how to be able to do more than just hop on stage, do my thing, get out of there. I've got to do more beyond the stage. The goal isn't just to move the audience. It's to move them into action. Have them go do something with what you just talked to them about, or hopefully taught them through your stories. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to transform the energy of a room into meaningful client conversations that actually grow their impact and transformation, but also grows your business. That's what you want to do, is grow your business, because growing your business isn't just growing financially. It's growing impact-wise. It's growing legacy-wise. It's growing in terms of being able to have the ability to serve a team of people that work with you and have people love what they're doing to make money and make a living, right? There's greatness that can be done when your business grows. So let's walk and talk through this. The first thing you have to do in this process is redefine success after the applause. I'm writing this down for you. Redefine success after the applause. Now, a lot of people, they think that the applause is the success, that getting on that stage was the success, that to finish that speech and getting off is like, it's the end, it's the beginning. When I played in the NFL, the interesting thing is you had the draft day, right? You have the whole thing, and people think that when you get drafted, you sign that contract, right? That it's done. Oh, hang out. No. You have earned the opportunity to begin again, right? You're not just out there hanging out. You got this opportunity, you're in a position, now it's the beginning of something new, right? So you have to redefine success after the applause. The real win isn't the standing ovation. It's the follow-up emails, the follow-up contracts, and collaborations that come beyond that stage. You have to start viewing every single talk as the start of a relationship, not the end of one. Because I found that too many people step into this world and they go, hey, I'm going to do my thing, get out of there. That's not the way you can build a successful, impactful, income-producing speaking business. Here's an example of how I was able to learn this. Thankfully, it transpired into some great impact and great income and profitability. There was a time in, I want to say 2022, 23, that I was in a position, I had a coaching client that was a phenomenal person and did some great things in this great big business. I'm not going to talk about their name or the company, but it's a easily Fortune 50, if not Fortune 10 company. And they had this great space. They were doing some great things and wanted some help for themselves to grow. So I started coaching them. And as I started kind of diving in and work with them in different areas, there became this need beyond what they just needed for themselves and what their team then needed. So I stretched beyond just that little window. So now I started having conversations that put me in positions where I'm talking to them about more consulting and more workshops with the company and also speeches. So I had this opportunity to have this one talk. That talk I got paid for turned into a client. The client turned into more clients in the same company, more consulting opportunities, and even more than that, here's the beautiful thing of what took place. I turned a $25,000 speech to a $25,000 client that turned into a single $110,000 consulting day. Now, at the end of the day, that turns to $160,000 of gross revenue. After it was all said and done, I brought home about $120,000 of that. Is it an accident? No. I planned it. I structured it because I knew that when I deliver this here, it's just an opportunity. It's almost like an interview. I'm getting paid as an interview to do more. It was never the end of the relationship there. It was just the beginning of it. So when you give a speech and you deliver how you deliver, you should be thinking about, how do I make sure this turns into more transformation for them and more impact for their life and company, but then also more income for me to create the life I want to live and the impact I want to make on people. Because that also doesn't just go to my buying new stuff. It goes into me marketing, hiring new team members to grow and grow and grow. The idea is you want to make sure you're not ending with this, I got the success because I all of a sudden got an applause, but that's the beginning. That's just the start of it all, right? Number two, Hey, I hope you're enjoying this video right now. Now, I want to let you know that I developed a speaker quiz that reveals what your speaker type is, the strength of your type, and more importantly, how to capitalize on that type to build an impactful and income producing speaking business. To get this quiz and take it and get the information you need, simply hit the link you see below in the description, or you can wait till the end of the video to head over and check it out. All right, that's it. Let's get back to it. It's going to be more based on how you create your keynote, but you have to do this. You must plant seeds throughout your talk, throughout your speech or talk. What I mean by planting seeds is this. There's this idea about what's called open loops and hooks and all these little things, right? You have to make sure that during the time that you're giving stories and telling things, you infuse different language. You got to sprinkle in moments of authority and service. You got to share short success stories that demonstrate the impact you're talking about for other people, right? You must reference your framework or your workshop subtly. So I talk about on my stages the dark work experience, the process that you have to go through to rewire yourself through experiences chosen or not chosen and thrust upon you. But in doing so, I talk about how I did it for myself, but then I'll infuse in clients I've had transformation with, the ways that I work with them, the VP levels that they've been at, the CEO levels they've been at. So I'm using things to sprinkle in authority and service and outcomes for other people. So I'm making sure that I am planting seeds throughout the talks they're hearing and going, man, this guy, girl, whatever, who was up there, man, they work with some high level people. They're making some great impact in the world. They know their stuff and they're not even realizing they're hearing it. You have to make sure you use phrases like, this is what I used to help companies build everyday success like this. Let them know you're more than just a keynote speaker, because what happens is some people give a talk and no one in the audience knows they do anything more than give talks. But think about it. How many speeches have you watched where the person's talking and they get done and you go, great speaker, but that's all you know them to be? You've fallen short. You've got to make sure that as you're giving your keynote and talking, they're also hearing this person does workshops. They do consulting. They've worked with CEOs and VPs and organizations and big companies. Man, this person could be serving us, right? Because now what happens is before you even open the door's been opened for them. They're aware that it exists, whereas many people never even make an awareness to the audience. They can do more than just do what they're doing on stage and speak right now. It is critically important for you to make sure you're infusing this language in throughout your entire keynote, because done properly, that framework that you talk about and the reason that people have had success, but they don't really know how it works, at the end, you give them a chance to learn more about it, and they desire to give you their name, email, and phone number to get understanding of what this thing does and how it works so they can duplicate the results for themselves. You can do this and should do this every time you speak, free or paid. You got to work it in. In fact, if you're doing speeches for free, this is how they stop becoming free speeches. This is how they get more revenue beyond that moment in time. It's got to be done like this, okay? Number 3, post-event follow-up strategy. If you don't have something, just bear with me there. That word doesn't look good, but there's got to be a post-event follow-up strategy, right? Within 48 hours, even less, you must thank the host, ask for feedback, ask for referrals, deliver on the thing you promised them. You have to send customized, also value-add follow-up articles, checklists, frameworks related to your topic. Now, there's a couple ways to do it. You can do it so that people that booked you personally, it got to be something where people feel your actual personality behind the touch point of it. It can't be random. It's got to be something real, right? And so what I mean by that is be thankful and actually use their name and engage, right? But the audience at large, they should get a chance to know who you are because you've given them something from the stage that adds value beyond that stage. Give them something that adds to what you just talked about, breaks it down a little bit more, gives them a seed or a string to pull to get more and more and more of what it is you just talked about. There's nothing wrong with giving great value beyond the stage, even if you think you should charge for it. Give it away. If it's valuable, they're going to love it, and they're going to think about, man, if I got this amount of value for free from this person, what could I get if I actually invested in the book or the course or go to the seminar they put on or whatever it might be, right? Send things that allow people to see how great you are well beyond that stage, and then keep the conversation alive with service, not sales pressure. If you can get to the point of serving them and they go, man, I love this, they're going to ask you, hey, what else can you do? Hey, how else can I work with you? What else can I get information on? I constantly get these messages and emails like, hey, what else do you guys do? Here, check this out. Here's a link right here. And it grows and it grows and it grows. You've got to be paying attention to this, because if you don't do this, it is not going to happen accidentally. Cool. Number 4, convert warm interest into paid engagement. Convert warm interest into paid engagement. Or was it engagement? Paid? Yeah, it should be. Paid engagement. Same exact word. Now, what do I mean by this? Sometimes my brain remembers these things and then forgets it for a split second, and I come on back to center. But you must make sure that people that know you and like you and trust you turns into a paid engagement, whether it's a speaking engagement or deeper workshops, coaching, consulting, because you've got to have more. So you should offer to host deeper trainings, leadership sessions, or coaching experiences. What does this mean? This means that if your goal is to get paid, right, to get paid to deliver a speech or get paid to give a coaching program, let's say all you do right now is you give workshops and coaching. You want to become a keynote speaker later. Great, right? Think about how you have to go about getting someone to be a paid client. I got to go and do outreach. I got to run ads maybe. I got to do barter. I got to do referrals. I got to do cold outreach. All these things. It's just cold to get somebody here. You got to usually pay money to be in front of people to then have a situation where you can talk about your programs and have them pay you. And think about what it would take to get in front of 1,000 new people, 2,000, 10,000 new people. How much would that cost you to be able to get a new client at this level? Now, flip it around. What if you went on a stage, got paid to speak and be there, and turned those warm potential leads into paid engagements? You went from paying to be in front of 10. Say it cost you a single dollar to get a new email, that doesn't happen. Usually it's going to be, let's just say usually $10. Let's say $10 if you want to pay ads to get a new lead to come in. That's after paying a team to build funnels and do the automations, all that, right? Let's say it's 10. 10 times 10, what's that? $100,000 for 10,000 new emails, right? 10 times 10, 100. 100,000, or if you just say $1, it's still $10,000, right? But let's say it's a $10 realm, $10,000, which 100,000 is a realistic number for what it would cost to get 10,000 new emails. Or you get to go on a stage and get paid $20,000 to get 10,000 leads. You didn't pay money out. The money came to you, 10,000, 25,000, whatever it is, to get a lead to turn this into revenue. That's the magic of this all. It's not accidental, it's planned. You have to have a whole system in place to do this. So you got to create a low friction next step, like a free discovery call, or scan this thing and get my favorite focus music, right? Transitioning from great speaker to trusted partner in solving problems, that's the pathway. So it's not just being a speaker, it's going, hey, the main thing for me is to scale a business that is scalable, right? A coaching business, curriculum, an online course. That's the thing, man. You can go and you can reach thousands of people and serve them, but I can't serve 1,000 people individually, but I can serve them in a course or a coaching program. But if I want to get in position to do that, I've got to be in a position to serve that many people and also have them get to know me. Even if you have 10 people, say 10,000 people, and it costs $10 to get an email, you still got to make sure they watch your content, get to know you, know what you do. You got to get like an hour plus, sometimes 7 hours of time spent with them to make them move, right? And that's all digital. But when you are in front of them for an hour solid, and it's just you in front of them, they get to bypass all that. So again, you're not even having to worry about spending all the time and hoping they get to know you. They got to know you. They got warmed up. They know who you are, and you got paid to get in front of the potential clients to work with in the future. That's how you do it properly. That's how you grow your business. Number 5, this is the last one here. Build a system that captures momentum. My pen is running out of. Build a system that captures momentum. I don't know why I use so many words. Momentum. The stupid pen doesn't want to use all the ink. Anyways, what do I mean by that? don't guess and hope, right? You must add an all event contact kind of structure into your CRM or email list, which means everybody has a chance to come in and go through a process. It's a system that captures the engagement, the energy, gives them something that creates momentum beyond the stage, right? You must automate nurture sequences with valuable follow up content. Like when I say valuable, I mean valuable to them, not what you think is valuable. Because what happens is this: you give a speech, they get in the CRM, which they should. You give them something cool. It should be a technologically built process. Why are my words not working? It should be a technologically built automated system, right? Use some tools, use some technology. I'm so excited. The idea is this: it can't be based on hope. You can't hope they reach out. You got to put them into something. You got to give them something to get them to give you their contact info. And that should create a streamline of emails and sequences that go out to give them what they need from you. And then what happens is you can follow up with valuable content that serves them more. This momentum compounds. When you systemize this post-event energy, like it compounds to more and more and more, because they're going to be a person that I've had people that have watched me speak literally in like 2019 who come on back and go, man, I watched you at this event. I've been following you ever since then, and I finally started to think this is something for me. I want to hop on. I want to be a speaker, or I want to go through your dark work experience. Now, for me, I've had clients the entire time, right? But oftentimes that happens. They've been following for 2 or 3 years before they finally said, it's my time to do this. But imagine if I didn't create that initial engagement and get that initial interaction and then have them on the email list and continue to nurture, continue to serve, and continue to create more clientele. That's what compounding works. It's the little intro seed here that builds and builds and builds and builds, and now it's here. Now imagine I could plant one seed and disappear, or plant thousands of seeds every single month as I'm going out to give speeches, and it builds and builds and builds. And at a certain point in time, there's a large swath of potential leads and clients because I've served them and continue to serve them, and it compounds over time. This is how you've got to be doing it. So I'm telling you, the applause is going to fade at some point, but relationships scale. And that's the big key for you. If you want to turn your next standing ovation into a client pipeline, I can show you how to do exactly that at speaktofreedom.com. Head there, you'll find out all the things we do. If it's not the time for you, no worries. Stay tuned, and I'll see you in the next video.